It is time for us to bring in Pat Pagano, get the details on what our weather's going to be. Good morning, Pat.
And a good cold morning to you.
Cold is right. 15 is what it is here at the station. And it's here's the reason. 15 actually is,
Not terrible, but it's breezy.
but it's breezy, and also the snow's on the ground for the first time. So so that it's just bleh. That's all we can say. It's just bleh.
Okay.
But I didn't have to wear my cleats this morning because everything's all clear away. Oh, that's nice. But
That's a good thing.
I still, when I walk up our ramp, I still use, because I'm so afraid of all the surgery from I still use my cane because I slipped on the ramp earlier this year, and it's not going to happen again. But anyways, away from my slippage and today, and get on to the monsoon that's coming. The monsoon, I say.
Oh, I don't know if it's a monsoon. I mean, it's going to be a long period of rain. So when you stretch out an inch of rain from Friday afternoon into Sunday, it's really not a monsoon.
Boy,
Um,
I had a funny, dirty line for that, but I can't use it.
no, oh, okay, yeah, don't use that. So, um, again, it's just a long period of rain, and it's just going to make for a gray weekend. Not a white one, a gray one. So today will be sunny in the low 30s. Clear, then clouds come in tonight, upper teens. Clouding up Friday morning, a wintry mix later in the day, but it quickly goes to rain. So no worries there. Because look at the temperature, 35 to 40. And we stay above freezing with rain, drizzle, and fog Friday night, Marshall's favorite. Periods of rain and fog Saturday, mid 40s. Showers, then some sun on Sunday, 45 to 50. Monday will be a fair day, but we'll be in the 30s. And then we'll have to see what happens with the next storm on Tuesday. The American GFS model says that the storm is going to move up to the west of the Appalachians. And although it may bring, excuse me, a little bit of a wintry mix to start, it's mainly rain. But the Canadian says, I don't buy it. And the Canadian model says, I think this is going to be snow and sleet. And the Euro says, you know what, Mr. Canadian, shake my hand because I go along with you. So out of the three major models, two are saying wintry, one is saying no.
It's going to be wintry. You know why?
Why is it?
The storms so far this year have
Well, I've
been
all been.
wintry, rainy. Wintry,
That,
rainy.
yeah,
Wintry,
that's
rainy.
what you were commenting on that yesterday. Yeah, you are. Now, do you have to go into the city Tuesday? Because that could be a big problem.
Eh, anything can be canceled.
Anything can be canceled.
But
So
except,
there's the answer there. Also, you have to be a little bit happier this morning when you looked at my files
all
and you saw that they didn't say
MP3s.
wave on it.
That's exactly right. All MP3s pop right up on my when I had to insert it.
Yeah,
So
they somebody changed the setting on that. There's no doubt
fire
about
them.
it.
Fire them.
Yeah, if somebody would tell me who.
I know.
Um, have you been getting on Windows? You have Windows 10. Have
Hmm.
you been getting this pop up? Um, this whole it takes up the whole screen. It's Microsoft. I
Yep.
mean, I wish I could find it now so I could describe it to you. But every once in a while, it just pops up, and I have to X out of it. And I was kind of wondering how I could,
There's no message on it for you.
there's like ads.
Yeah, well then, I've been getting. I have a Windows 7 computer in here, and they put a full page pop up saying we're ending support for Windows 7 and so and so. I get that pop up, but no other pop up. So I think you have to run your malware.
Okay,
Run your malware. I think there's a malware thing on there.
okay,
That's
all right.
that's doing
I
that.
I will do that.
Yeah.
And
Now Sunday for the. I know folks are tired of hearing this already, but the station I consider my home away from home
right,
in Kingston, New York. I
Christy.
mean, I loved Kingston. I lived there. I can do consider it my home away from home, even though I haven't lived there in a long time. But the station I worked at is having their 80th anniversary, and of course I worked there for many years, and unfortunately it was 45 years ago. But I've been invited to come to that party, It's from 4 to 8. I won't be there from 4 to 8. I'll be there from like 4 to 5:30. But looks like I've got no problem getting over, parking, and getting back.
No, you should have absolutely no problem at all.
That's great.
Yeah. You're
That's,
looking forward? A lot of people that you work with going to be there?
I don't know about a lot, but what I find
Something.
interesting is at these things. I went to they had one for their 75th, and the fans, the regular radio station fans that show up, and
Right.
the kids that came up to me when I was spying the sky, and the kids that came up to me, that listened to me when they were kids, they were. Just remember, this was 5 years ago. They were like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Well, of
Right.
course, they're all in their late 40s, and they're coming up to me and saying, "Oh, we used to listen to you. You
Wow.
sang happy birthday to me," and that's always the fun part of it. When you get to, yeah, you're going to see a few of the people that you work with and stuff like that. But the people that used to listen to you, and you see how they've grown up and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing.
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah,
That
that
is that
sounds like
is
a real cool thing.
that is the best part of it all, really, to see. And now that there's Facebook, there's a lot of them that I am friends with. So I still, so I know, but still, it's always nice to see it when things like this happen. And I guess it would probably be more fun back when I was 35 and doing it, at 67.
Yeah, really.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's that's all I can say. I've been looking forward to this for when Jimmy Buff first told me about it about 3.5 months ago. But anyways, so that's Sunday, and then next week we just worry about what happens when it comes, right?
Well, yeah, and next weekend is the first day of winter.
And we'll probably get snow on that next weekend.
Well, I mean, I've been glancing that way to see what they're, kind of saying for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but that changes with each run. So it's not stable at all. So we'll just wait and watch and start our countdown of Christmas next week and give you guys an idea of whether or not it'll be white
Well,
or
well, I can tell you
dry.
this: this is the first time in a long time that there were a couple of different tree lighting ceremonies.
Right?
All the tree lighting ceremonies that around here and the parades of lights and stuff like that, except for one, had snow on the ground this year, and that very rarely happens.
Mm,
That very rarely happens. They all had, and so the trees that are lining the roads and everything, it just looks great with the snow. It really does. So this is the first time in many years that most of them have had snow on the ground for it. So
it's a good thing no one's talking about global warming, right?
that's right.
Because then that'd shoot that theory down. Well, I tell you, sit back, Marshall, and the Christmas season has officially begun now because in front of Pat's house,
Oh, they're up.
the choir boys and girls are up. Everything was put out yesterday. Everything was connected, and the timer was nice enough to turn everything on yesterday at 4:30.
Don't you always just kind of sit there and wait for that first time you use the timer every
Yes,
year?
to see how everything looks, and that was one big thing off my back. So that's done. And
Now you got to get the tree in the house.
well, someone gave me a great idea. Today I will move the car out. They told me to bring the tree into the garage because I don't intend on bringing it in until till Sunday. And they said if you leave it in the garage, it will defrost and dry out so that you can bring it in the house.
Uh-huh. See, when I used to get trees, to hell with the defrosting and drying out. We're getting this damn thing in the house. We're getting it set up, and we'll worry about everything else later on. That's how I used to
Yeah,
do it.
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'll do it that way because I don't mind leaving my car out for a couple of nights and dry the tree out. Saturday is our annual Christmas dinner at Tappan, New York. As you know, we go to that every year. 18 to 20 people. Our friends Michael and Joe produce a sit-down dinner for all their closest friends. And believe me, when I tell you it is like Thanksgiving all over again, it is. So that is this Saturday night. Plus, the town here is having their annual Christmas parade. All the fire departments from the neighboring towns, Pearl River and Clarkstown and all of that, They all come down and they decorate the fire engines and they have music and floats and all of that stuff. And it's about a half hour. So I'll go to the parade first, and then after that, I'll march my little feet to the dinner, sit down, enjoy it, and then Sunday go back to work. As far as the tree, and if you're lucky, maybe I doubt if there'll be a picture of the tree on Monday, but I will take a picture of the outside and send that to you. And when the tree's done, I'll send it to you next week.
All right, because the Pat Pagano fans will want to see it.
Yeah, last year's tree was pretty spectacular. If you remember, it took up almost the whole den.
Yeah, my tree is not spectacular. It's just got tiny white lights on it. That's it.
But that's what you
Merry
need.
Christmas.
That's what you need.
Merry Christmas is what I
Do
say.
you have ornaments on it?
What?
You have ornaments
No,
on the tree?
no,
Just white lights?
just white lights.
Oh, Marshall.
Lots of white lights. It looks like a rocket ship going up in this place. All right, Pat. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye. Pat Pagano this morning in the Weather Center with a look at the forecast.